All eyes are on Moscow as President Putin prepares to meet Donald Trump in Alaska. Hopes and fears rise over whether the summit could bring an end to the war in Ukraine. Everyone has their own interests, but I hope that they will most likely have to agree on something. I think that they are not flying there, to Alaska, for nothing. I hope that after all, this must end someday. So I hope that some kind of compromise can certainly be found.
Not only is our country watching this, America as well, and the whole world, everyone is now watching what will happen. This is a huge deal, that the first step has already been taken. What is logic? If you stand on the first step of the ladder, you will reach the end. That's it. They stood on the first step, which means there will be definitely an advantage.
I expect peace from the meeting. I want the wars that are beating our planet in different parts to finally stop. This is wrong. It should not be like this. People were created to live in peace and not to fight. What is the point of fighting, killing? I do not understand. In Moscow, the streets are calm, but uncertainty hangs in the air. Behind closed doors, the Kremlin weighs the stakes of the upcoming Alaska talks.
The budget is under pressure, and if the oil price were to go down, or if Russia's exportability was to be restrained, or if there was extra spending required on the military, for example, then Russia would have potentially a financial crisis, or certainly a funding crisis, coming into next year.
Russia's economy is already feeling the strain from years of sanctions and costly military operations.
Clear threats that have been made by President Trump in the US to apply more restrictive sanctions targeting Russia's oil exports, including, of course, the tariff threat against the buyers of Russian oil, which has already been applied, albeit with a delay, to India, but it could be applied to others. So if he were to carry out those threats, then the revenue stream from the budget would probably be impacted very badly and very quickly. And I think that the fact that Moscow has now started to take Donald Trump's threats more seriously than they used to is one reason why the Kremlin has asked for the summit in Alaska this week.
Distinguished Mr. President, it's my pleasure to meet you. It's able to meet you here.
That's a big incentive for Russia. They would be looking for sanctions restricting oil exports, sanctions restricting cross-border trade settlements, and sanctions affecting the Russian financial system. They'll certainly be pushing for those sanctions to come off kind of first, or in the first step.
At the Russian Foreign Ministry, officials framed the Alaska summit as more than just talks on Ukraine. They say it's a chance to reset the broader US-Russia relationship. We believe that this meeting should allow the leaders to concentrate on discussing all the accumulated issues, starting with the Ukrainian crisis and ending with the obstacles to the establishment of a normal, functional bilateral dialogue. Which naturally is of the utmost importance from the point of view of ensuring international peace and stability. Whether the Alaska summit delivers peace or deepens divisions remains to be seen. For now, the world waits for answers from two of its most powerful leaders.